Strangford Lough is an incredibly important area for a number of different reasons. It's an area of special scientific interest, a special protection area, a special area of conservation, and it's incredibly important for seagrass.
So seagrass is one of the few actual plants that is in the marine environment. It looks very similar to a lush grassland, but underwater. Really, really important for habitat for a lot of different species, mostly for juvenile fish. But on top of that, really good carbon store as well. So blue carbon that we talk about, carbon in the marine environment, really, really good for storing that and keeping that in the sediment.
By protecting seagrass, we will hopefully slow down coastal erosion and the effects of climate change, which will prolong the enjoyment of the loch and allow the communities to see the species and habitats that are historically on the loch and that we hope to protect for future generations. Seagrass are threatened by a number of both environmental and human impacts. The climate crisis, including increased storm frequency, pollution, fertiliser runoff chemicals can all damage seagrass. And then we have the human pressures.
So one of them is human disturbance, and that's a few different things, there's a few facets to that. One is obviously pollution and stuff like that, but direct abrasion from things like moorings, boats, anchors and stuff like that can damage them. So you lose all of that biodiversity, all of that shelter, all of that habitat. So Eco-Moorings are environmentally friendly mooring systems. We are working with local communities as we believe that it should be a win-win. Communities should also benefit from being able to use the loch and protect the seagrass. So we began the Eco-Moorings project back in 2022. It is a DAERA funded project from the Environment Fund. We originally installed 2 Eco-Moorings in Ballyhenry Bay in Strangford, and we have recently installed a 3rd. They work differently than traditional moorings as they are held up along the water column so the chain never touches the seabed, and they're used to protect the seabed and to protect the marine habitats. We've actually discovered that there's been sailing clubs here in the loch that have been using these Eco-Moorings for decades and have had great success with them, and it's been amazing to be able to learn from them and their experiences with them.
I have a 37-foot sailing boat and it's on a swinging mooring in Ringhatty, and the mooring is what would be known as an Eco-Mooring. I'm a member of Ringhatty Cruising Club based in Strangford Lough. I've been sailing 25-30 years. The mooring I have is basically a sinker weight, and the riser is effectively rope onto a buoyancy part, and it means that the riser never at any stage of the tide will touch the bottom of the sea. My mooring, it's been down 25 years. It's never been lifted. Traditional moorings, well, you have to lift those every 3 years because the life of the chain on the riser, it's between abrasion on the seabed and corrosion, but there's also that moving element. So you've got a rubbing corrosion which multiplies the rate of loss of the chain. So the most you can ever really reliably get out of a chain mooring is 3 years. Whereas, as I say, my rope one has been down for 25. I did replace the riser, but it was unnecessary. And that was replaced, I think, about 15, 20 years ago. If you work out the cost of replacing your mooring every 3 years, it's significantly more than the investment required to do it once with an Eco-Mooring. Admittedly, they still need checked, but you know, a diver can do that easily. It's just a simple up and down the line, and if there's any nice mussels, there's a nice meal afterwards. The club uses Eco-Moorings for the pontoons, and we used those because conventional chain would have allowed movement of the pontoons, and otherwise we had to go to pile moorings, and they were exceptionally expensive and would create a huge amount of disturbance in the seabed. Our pontoons have used Eco-Moorings for approximately 20 years. It's superb to watch them in really rough weather. They just sit still and rise and fall with the tide. It's absolutely superb solution. I wouldn't use anything else now.
We are now into year 5 of the trial. This trial has been incredibly successful. They have been fully functional and have worked as you would expect a normal mooring to work, with the added bonus that we have protected a lot of seagrass beneath the moorings.
We're going to have to engage people who use moorings, so it's going to be community members, it's going to be yacht clubs, fishermen. Anyone who uses a boat is ideally a community member that we want to be able to get this message out to.
With the 3 eco-moorings we already have installed, we have seen significant seagrass restoration. So we are installing 75 eco-moorings across Strangford Lough in areas that have historically had seagrass or hold a suitable habitat where seagrass might thrive. We want to partner with local communities on this initiative, as we will be replacing existing moorings. So we will be reaching out to communities that hold moorings. Newry Down Council will be supporting mooring owners to make the switch from their traditional mooring over to the eco-mooring. We want to get the local communities involved right from the very start. We want local communities to be able to continually use the loch in a sustainable means. Our hope that with introducing 75 more across the loch, we will be a blueprint for good seagrass restoration, and others can learn from our success.
These are just a really good solution to increasing biodiversity with reasonably minimal effort in just changing the way people use their boats.
I think they're absolutely fantastic. I'd be very happy to talk to anybody about it.
For updates on the eco-mooring process, please visit Strangford Lough and Lough Facebook page. We also have the Moorgillion Strangford website. For any other questions or to find out more, please feel free to directly get in touch.